Hi everyone. I'm here for my last lesson for my methods class at Auburn University, and today we're going to be doing a lesson from a Workforce Essentials class. These are our objectives for today. First, we're going to identify high-demand jobs in Alabama that require different levels of education. Next, we're going to share your opinions concerning the effect of wage and career choice on lifestyle. Evaluate your interests, skills, abilities, and aptitudes as related to career choice. Translate your interests into possible career paths. Determine 3 careers of interest to research educational requirements, employment trends, especially in specific areas, and salary. Also, you will devise a career plan based on your research to include a timeline of education and training requirements and facts about the career. Lastly, we're going to present your career plan in what's called a Prezi. All right, first of all, we're going to get started doing a career assessment and career cruising. You all have indicated that you have not used career cruising before, so I'm going to walk you through logging in, and then I want to show you some of the features of the website. It's internet-based, it's free, and it's something that you guys can use at home or here at school as you start going through the process of planning your career. How many of y'all have an idea as to what it is you want to do after high school? Raise your hand. What are you thinking? Marine Corps. Very good.
Pharmacist.
Pharmacist.
Want to be a cop?
Going to be a cop.
Air Force.
Air Force? Okay. What about you? What is it?
A vet tech.
Very good.
A physical therapist.
Physical therapist. All right. Have y'all done any research yet about the job, like what kind of education you would need or how much money it would make?
Yes.
Still thinking about different careers that you might be interested in or might be a good fit for your abilities. I'm going to show you guys today some links that you'll be able to go to start doing that type of research, because it's real important to make an informed decision. 3 out of 4 college students typically change their major once they get to college. Do you guys know that? What happens when you change your major in college? Start all over again? Okay. I was on the 4-year plan, which meant my parents said they were not going to give me any more money after 4 years. But when you change your major and you start your classes over, it stretches that 4 years sometimes into 5 or 6 years. When you do research and really start thinking about what it is you want to do before you start school, you can cut that time down to how long you'll be in school, which gets you in the workplace faster, and it also cuts down on student loans. All right, let's first go into career cruising. Before we do, these are some things that I generally tell students you should keep in mind when you're thinking about careers. First and foremost, you need to keep your interests in mind. What you like to do. There's an old saying, if you can get somebody to pay you to do what you love to do, it's not really working. And that should be your goal. You need to really think about what it is you like to do, how you like to spend your free time, and try to determine if there are any jobs out there that could relate to that. Next is your abilities. Not everybody has the same talents or skills, but you do have some. So that's why it's important to really do a good self-assessment to determine what your abilities are and how you can use those in the workforce. Next, you need to think about your motivations. What motivates you to work? What motivates you to do a good job? Can any of y'all tell me what motivates you to do a good job? Anybody? All right, raise your hand if you have a job. Remind me. All right. Why do you go to work and do a good job? To earn money. You don't earn money, or if you don't do a good job, you get fired, right? That could be your motivation. You might like to help people. You might want to have a family life. Your motivation would be to support a family, so you might not really be interested in working an 80-hour work week. So you really think about what type of life you want to have, and that goes on to the next one, quality of life and pay. Because jobs pay different salaries. You need to look at what you want to do, what you'd be good at doing, and see how much money it makes. And you've got to see if that correlates with the quality of life you wish to have. Some people do work 80-hour work weeks. They might be motivated by stress at work, deadlines, working in a fast-paced environment. Those things might be their motivators, and that might work with their quality of life. But there are other people who don't. They might want to work an 8-to-5 job and go home and spend time with their family. Quality of life and pay are really important because you also want to make sure that you're going to choose a job that can pay you enough to have the quality of life you want. I've never met a high school student that didn't want a big house and a nice car. Is there anybody here who doesn't want a big house and a nice car? No? I was going to give you an extra cookie if you didn't want a big house and a nice car. Oh, yeah, extra cookie time. No. You guys all have things that you want when you get older, and you need to make sure that the jobs that you're interested in match up with that. The last one is job trends. Can anybody tell me what a job trend is? Think about the words, job trend. Right here.
Like maybe in a particular area where all of a sudden there's a sudden demand for jobs, like maybe like when the oil spill happened, that job.
Very good. Good example, too. Job trends are trends in the job market. Sometimes there's going to be a higher demand for one job over another. And he mentioned the BP oil spill. Down here, there was a huge demand for cleanup after that happened. So you need to look at not only the job that you might be interested in, that you have the ability to do, that pays what you want, that motivates you in the right way, but you also need to see if it's even out there. Because many times people go to school, they pay for college, and then they get out and they can't find a job. They might have to relocate. They might have to start paying back student loans before they can get adequate employment. So all these things are important to keep in mind. All right, so let's get started with career cruising. You guys all need to go to careercruising.com. Notice how it's spelled up at the top. Now, Ms. Jones gave you your 10-digit state student ID number. Everyone in here has a unique username. It's BC, BE, and a dash, and then that 10-digit state student number. That's your personal username. When you log in for cruising using your ID, you can save your test results. You can start building a portfolio, which can help you build a resume. You can also look at different careers and save them so you won't have to constantly look to find them. Your password is your lunch number. Five-digit lunch number. BCBE dash and then the 10-digit number. If you don't know your lunch number, raise your hand. I think Ms. Jones said that she had a list and could give them to you. Step through some of the features of the website that you're not necessarily going to get into today, but that are still really important. If you look across the top, we're going to be getting into assessments today. We're going to take your interest assessment. There are several assessments in career cruising. There's one called the Career Matchmaker, which we'll do today. And there's also a skills assessment and a values assessment. All right, in careers, once you do your assessment today, Career Cruising is going to return a list of careers that, based on your answers, you have a high interest in. If you, however, just want to look up a career that you've already been thinking about, you can go to Careers, and you can actually type in the name of the career. You can search it by word. You can search it by school subject. Let's just say you love math and you want to see what types of careers have anything to do with math. You could do that. You could also explore using the 16 career clusters. Y'all remember me mentioning the 16 career clusters when we did Are You For Real? Those are the 16 groupings that pretty much any job under the sun fits into. So you can search by career clusters, Alabama career pathways, or by different criteria. Next, if you go on to schools at the top, you can search for schools, compare schools and programs. Something to keep in mind when you're looking at schools, not every school offers the same major, so you definitely need to start looking to see if the school you're interested in the school that you're interested in has the major that you like. The next tab over is employment. In employment, and you guys are logged in. I'm using the school login right now. But you can go in, make a resume, make a cover letter, save all these types of things, and have your own little portfolio in Career Cruising. You guys are on the next one, the portfolio homepage. When you're in Career Cruising, if you find a job that you like or a school that you like, there's a little button over on the left that'll say Save to My Portfolio, and you can always save it. So that way when you get back into Career Cruising, you can come straight to your portfolio homepage and find it. It's asking me to log in. And next is Are You Ready? And I'm really excited about Are You Ready Southwest Alabama. The Mobile Area Education Foundation just started this initiative a few months back. And what they've done, they've recruited business and industry professionals to volunteer their time to talk with you guys and communicate with you guys about their jobs. They've got what's called a Career Coach message board where you can go in, type in a job, and you can actually ask people in that profession questions. You can ask them where they went to school, what type of training they have, how much money do you make, what makes you a good whatever. So it's a good resource to go to as well. There are also company profiles and industry profiles. The last one is search. Which just allows you to go in and enter keywords and search for different things. Okay, so let's go back. You guys are in your portfolio homepage. Y'all logged in. This is what your portfolio homepage looks like. You're going to click on Assessment Results. It's the second item down on the left side of your screen. Then you're going to click on Career Matchmaker, and you're going to start a new Matchmaker session. So click on Career Matchmaker. Now, if you guys have logged into your portfolio before, and I see that you have, your Matchmaker session is saved in there. So you can actually see your results from your... So you can actually see your old results. Now, what Career Cruising does, and here's a sample on the board, it gives you some sort of activity or task or question, and it asks you to what level you would like or dislike doing that task. It has really easy to read, smiley, and frowny faces. Read the questions really carefully. There's 39 in the first set. After that, you'll be given a listing of different careers that your answers relate to. You can go ahead and click Start and begin. Now, your answers are only as good as the honest input that you put in. So make sure that you take it seriously